From the Fantasy Armchair, it is the Fantasy TyRant.
Hey there, fellow fantasy football freaks. Welcome back to the Fantasy Armchair, and let's keep those good vibes going with the next installment on my top 200. This time, I'm talking about players 81 through 110. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Sorry. Hey, hit like, subscribe, and the notifications bell real quick so we can move on with the show. Without further ado, here's the next bunch. Courtland Sutton's just the guy no one knows where to draft. He's always just there. Nothing special. Usually just sits on your bench. But wait a minute. He was the wide receiver 35 last year. And this year, Denver has the 11th most vacated targets. Jerry Jeudy's gone, and they just cut Tim Patrick. Marvin Mims and Josh Reynolds are the next guys up, and rookie Troy Franklin isn't up to snuff yet. Although his rapport with his fellow rookie from the Oregon Ducks and Broncos starting QB Bo Nix could factor in. All in all, Sutton doesn't really have a lot of viable competition for targets, and we think the QB play will be better this season, as Bo Nix is more of a Sean Payton type of guy a la Drew Brees. But even if that doesn't sway you, he's the top wide receiver on an NFL offense and only being drafted as the wide receiver 47, 115th overall. He's set up to smash his ADP, so he could be a sneaky early sleeper pick this season. Now for the guy I'm highest on compared to ADP, Packers receiver Romeo Doubs. The preseason buzz is that Doubs has had a hell of a training camp and may end up being Love's go-to guy. He's been compared to Randy Moss by teammates, and well, you can take that with a grain of salt. Coach Matt LaFleur said that he and Jordan Love have a clear connection and are, quote, making that next step this season. He said he can't think of a bad day Doubs has had all offseason, and the word is, he's going to see the field a lot more this year. If that's the case, like I said in an earlier video about Jaden Reed, Doubs, who was the wide receiver 36 last year, is being vastly underrated and underdrafted as the 53rd ranked wide receiver, 127 overall. A third-year wide receiver entering a potential breakout season, coming off a year where he was the wide receiver 36, and we're down on him this year? What the actual fuck, people? I may be too low on him at the wide receiver 43, 91st overall spot, and that's astronomically lower than where he's going. If you take him in around 9 or 10, you're sure to get return on his ADP and then some. Is no one paying attention to this guy? His connections with Love, his preseason praise? Don't be afraid to take this guy as one of your first bench wide receivers, because I have a feeling he'll make it to at least your flex spot soon enough. Now, I'm not going to waste your time too much about why I'm down on Javonte Williams. Yeah, P. Ryan is gone now, but still, Jamil McLaughlin and Audric Estime threaten his workload. If you want to know more about my feelings on Williams, click that link in the description to my running back bust video. Now, I'm not big on drafting Justin Herbert in 1 quarterback leagues, but in 2 quarterback leagues, I think he's getting a bum rap. Which is fine for me in those formats because I'm getting my QB2 at an extreme discount. Because even in Superflex, he's only coming off the board in the 3rd or 4th round. I actually got him in the 6th round of a 12-teamer the other day. He's the 18th quarterback taken off the board across all redraft formats, despite the fact that just last season, he was the QB 11 on a points-per-game basis. Yeah, he's lost a lot of his targets, but Josh Palmer has been solid and is finally ready for prime time. Plus, rookie stud Lad McConkey is poised to make an impact in his first year, and we could finally see some sparks out of Quentin Johnston. The Chargers won't be a great team this year and will likely be playing from behind a lot, which means Herbert can pick up a lot of points in garbage time, and as we all know, garbage time points still count for your fantasy team. He's a borderline QB1 or a high-end QB2 in Superflex leagues, but you can get him at a low-end QB2 price. That frees you up to stack talent in other positions, and in redraft, you can get him for practically free. Fill out your starters, get some key bench guys, then take Herbie in round 10 or 11, or later probably. Chase Brown is starting to pick up steam, but he's still being drafted lower than he should be. Zach Moss will be in a committee with this guy, and arguably, Chase Brown's the better back. However, Moss is going a full 2 or 3 rounds before Brown in most leagues. Brown could overtake the 1A spot pretty easily in this committee, so that makes about as much sense as a redneck college fund. Because, you know, they ain't going. The Bengals offense will mostly go through the air, but they will likely be in games, and oh hey look, we're talking about garbage time again. And as Brown proves to be the better back as his trajectory suggests, he will take more touches and be the guy to run out the clock and get the easy goal-to-go carries and dump-offs. Even if it remains an even split, Brown is being drafted far too low at the 105th overall, RB37. Meanwhile, Moss is going about 10 running back spots higher. It boggles my mind. But let your league mates be stupid and reach for Moss while you, my savvy fantasy freak, you wait patiently for Chase Brown and fill out your bench like a boss. Romeo Doubs I have lower than most analysts for a few reasons. I know Caleb Williams is supposed to be a superstar, but it is his rookie season. And while I think he'll do just fine, he'll still be learning the ropes. And so will Odunze. On top of that, DJ Moore is the big dog in the wide receiver core, and veteran stud Keenan Allen ain't no chihuahua. Cole Kmet has found a spot in this offense as well, and even the running backs have pass-catching chops. It's all a big jumbled mystery, and the biggest mystery of all might be where Odunze fits in year one. I think eventually he could be the man in this offense, but for right now, he's just a guy. I think people are mistaking his potential and future upside as redraft fantasy value for this season. I love him in Dynasty, not big on him in redraft this season. He's going a bit too high for my taste. Jerome Ford will be the running back one for the Browns for probably half the season at least. Nick Chubb's timetable has him back no sooner than week 5, and he could miss more than that. And even when he comes back, he'll be eased back in. Chubb's no spring chicken anymore, and coming back from an injury of that magnitude, tearing both his MCL and ACL week 2 last season at the age of 28, it'll take him probably the rest of the season to really get back into playing shape. Last season, Ford played well in his stead as he ended the season as the running back 16. Not bad. If he gets off to a good start this year, and all indicators are that he will, Chubb may be resting a while before he comes back, and then he'll likely split time with Ford. Even with that upside baked in, I only have him as the running back 34 coming off as the 105th player off the board. Wait, what? That's actually not much higher than ADP. I should have him higher. Reach up for Jerome Ford in the 9th or 10th round. Josh Palmer will be the top option on a team that's going to be throwing a lot in 2024. So why is he coming off the board outside of the top 50 wide receivers and after the wide receiver 2 on his team? This is a mistake. I may have him too low too, but he's going off the board as the 131st player. Sorry, I can't finish this part. It hurts my brain too much. Just number 1 wide receiver in an offense that'll be throwing a lot in garbage time. Well, what more do I need to say? He's been a player poised to break out, and he'll get his opportunity. This may be one of the most egregious acts of sleeping on a guy. Shame on you, drafters. Shame on you. So that's it on that one. On to the next. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe if you haven't, hit the notifications bell so you don't miss any episodes. Thank you all again for your support, your love, and everything else. And I'll see you when the next episode drops, where I'll be covering the players 111 through 140. Until then, I'm out. Peace.